very exciting part of the room right now. So there are doors that can actually separate more sleep space for the family from the intensive care space for your baby. I wish we could have got handles on both sides. It was not an accident. There was just nowhere to put the door handle on the family side and have the doors nest properly. But here I am, I'm just closing the doors. And here we are again. And so I just want to be able to show that you're actually able to separate the space between this area that we would have covered and then this area that we're going to go into now. What I also want to tell you about the doors, they do not need to be nested in this location. The entire string of doors could actually move to the other end if you like. So you could have these doors positioned in any way you want. There's 100% flexibility based on how you set up your sleep space and how you're most comfortable in your room.
And you can have those open or closed at any time.
Absolutely. You might be somebody who's very comfortable sleeping with everything wide open. Please, please do. The other feature, so we would have moved this guy out of the way real quick. So this is a recliner that you'll find in every room. What's nice is that the back does recline to fully flat, as well as the footrest comes up. What's also a very nice feature is the arms of this chair push out of the way. So I just want to be able to let folks know that there's just some really nice features on this chair. This was important to us because this chair gets a lot of use very close to the incubator, and so just to be able to get out of a tight space, it's a very different experience when you're close to the incubator and there's tubings and wires and all kinds of things around you, that just to be able to have the flexibility to scoot yourself out a certain side, so we really, really loved that. And the main purpose of we wanted a recliner that would go completely flat, because we actually had no recliners in the past that went completely flat. It was to provide a third sleep space if needed. So I just want to be able to emphasize that this can most certainly be a third sleep space. Even though we started with it in more of this bedroom type area for the family, it never needs to be over here. So I find the chairs are often closer to the incubator. When families move in and make their space their own, please don't ever think that you need to accommodate everything in this space, including this chair. This chair can be anywhere in the room. It's just whatever you're most comfortable with.
And could people sleep in this space with the reclining chair?
Absolutely, absolutely. I do know the one thing that we say is that we just need to be able to access the baby in the event of an emergency, but I know that people would assess all of those variables first. And so, yes, if somebody wanted to be able to sleep out in that area, I see no reason why not.
Awesome.
Perfect. Working through the room, there is a breast pump in every room, so that's positioned here, and it's available for families to use. There's a little side table, and it can fit in underneath the sofa bed. It could go wherever you want throughout the room. It's a tiny bit heavy. Not on wheels. We couldn't put it on wheels because it wouldn't fit under the sofa properly, but that is certainly here for folks to use, and as you see fit. We did put in a little shelf just to be able to put some of your personal items, and you'll notice that there's power, and so the power is quite important in this side because there's two different sets of labels. So there's blue labels over some of the power, and there's white labels over other power. And so these white labels say non-patient care only. And so those are where we would ideally love for you to charge all of your personal devices. Let's say you decided you want to bring in an alarm clock, whatever it is that you had over here, those would be those designated plugs, because these plugs are all linked into, our uninterrupted power system, so UPS, to be able to provide uninterrupted power to the baby and all of their equipment. So this actually, though, would be the plug that we would want you to use for your breast pump, because your breast pump is a piece of medical equipment, and so I just wanted you to be able to know the difference about these two types of plugs. I apologize for the location for some of them, because yes, there's one here. This room, you certainly can see another one here, and there's even USB
nice.
Ports. There's actually in every single one of the NICU North Rooms, there's two of those on the back wall but sometimes they're blocked by your sofa. So you could, maybe just wheel your sofa out slightly and you'd be able to see all this power that's available to you. Please don't ever think that we only had the one plug for you. There actually is six outlets, and there's two USB. So sofa bed. So this is, of course, beautiful daytime seating. It's actually 88 inches wide.
Wow.
So it's very long, and you can see that lots of family members could be very comfortable here in the room with the baby. All the loved ones could be around. So we've easily fit 4 and 5 sometimes on this sofa. And of course, there's also the recliner that folks can sit on, and we bring in extra chairs as needed. So there are little stools and other chairs that we can bring in, but I just want to be able to emphasize the sofa, and it's in that position. And then to turn it into a sofa bed, we just pull this strap. And there we go.
Wow.
And so there's some storage in the back. It's not ideal, but there are a couple little storage cabinets. And then all we do is flip this open, and then we've got the double bed. And so what was really important for us was that families could be families in NICU. So we would have heard that on our travels, is that this is a new little person born into a family. We need to promote togetherness, connection, all of those good things. And so families should get to sleep together.
It's beautiful.
Yes. So that is the sofa bed, and so I think it can be easily seen because the line on the floor shows exactly where the doors line up. So you can see the space. So this is the sofa bed, now fully extended. And so just to be able to see, even with your doors closed, you got a decent amount of pathway to be able to get you where you need to go.
You could probably even fit a pack and play here.
We most definitely can. That was part of our testing.
That's
Thank you for
awesome.
saying that.
Yeah.
So that's the sofa bed. We are standing today in a room without a window, and so all NICU North rooms without a window have a skylight, and there are, the button for the skylight is over here. It's on a dimmer, so it can be dimmed. It can also be turned off if you choose. The lights for your switch for your pot lights. So you can see there's 2 pot lights. There's also a valance light. Those are also on dimmer and can be shut off. And then, of course, there's a call bell. So if anything happens while you are over here in bed and you need help, this is what you would want to press. It's right here for you. The last thing really in this immediate space, there is a picture on the wall. This is beautiful Carter's Beach. But if I was to push the picture up out of the way, there is more power, more data, oxygen, suction, medical air. And this could be a place where maybe a second baby is in a room. So sometimes we have lots and lots of twins in the NICU. And so we would be able to put a second baby in the space. They'd be connected into some of these things, but families like to have the babies close together to still have their bedroom. There's also lots of options available to you. Maybe baby could be on your chest over here and connected to things. So there are lots of things that can be talked through with your healthcare team, but I just want you to know again about this option that's available for all of these extra services right within the sleeping space, family sleeping space really, of this room. We're in the final phase here. So there is a closet in every room, and so there'll be a shelf. There are some hangers, typically 2 pillows. So we'll get, there are 2 pillows, so if you need more, just ask. And then every room has a safe. And so all you do, it's just like a drawer. It's a place to be able to put some items that you would like to have secured for yourself. We do also promote that if you have any medications, be it over the counter, anything, it's just good, I think, to keep those secure. And all you do is pick a code. So it's like being in a hotel. It can actually be anywhere from 3 to 10 digits. So you pick any code you want, and it's numerals, and then you just press E. So you put in your code, you press E, that locks it. You want to unlock it, use the exact same code and press E, and it's unlocked. So that is here for you. Something that we thought was a little nice was this magnetic memory board. It's really staying with our Swedish design. This is straight from IKEA. And there are some magnetic strips here. And so our vision is that maybe people are sending you really beautiful notes or cards or, you know, they sent you flowers when you were on postpartum, or any of these things that had happened, that these should just be some things that you have here to not only personalize your space, but to also be motivating on maybe some of those tougher days. What's also nice in the NICU, there are some milestone cards that you'll find in the unit that celebrate memories or moments. And so be it a haircut, be it first bath, be it those kinds of things, those are cards that are available, and you could also have those plastered along the memory board too. And the thing we're most happy about is the bathroom. And so there's a bathroom, and it has a shower, it has a toilet, it has a sink, and the sink doubles as a baby bathtub.